Is it my turn now?
Yes, it is.
All right, so we were talking about Windows laptops, and you know, one thing that is the case, the sales of Windows laptops right now are pretty much dead in the water because everybody's waiting for Windows 8. People typically, in the Windows world, wait till the new operating system comes out before they buy a new laptop. But if you do have to buy a Windows 7 laptop, I've got one you're going to really like. I've been unimpressed by the Ultrabooks in general. This Ultrabook design is a specification Intel put out for PC manufacturers that is essentially a copycat of a MacBook Air. Thin and light, no optical drive in many cases, a wedge-shaped design. And this is very much like that. It feels like a MacBook Air, lit-up keyboard. In fact, if you look at the keyboard, it's very much MacBook Air style. Of course, it's a Windows keyboard, so it has a Windows key. i5 processor in here. You can get it with an i7. It has an SSD, just like the MacBook does, 128 or 256 gigabyte. It's a fast one, SATA 3, so it's a very fast SandForce controller-based SSD. And 4 gigs of RAM, and that's it, just 4 gigs of RAM. Nice metal case, though. It's not an aluminum unibody case. It's the brushed metal that ASUS is famous for. This is their Zenbook Prime. I believe this is the UX31. Let me show you the real key to this, though. And this is the first Ultrabook I've seen with a 1080p screen, 1920 by 1080. This is the highest resolution screen I've seen on an Ultrabook. It is gorgeous. It's an in-plane switching IPS LCD screen. That means it looks very good at all angles. It'd be great for sharing movies with people on an airplane. And of course, because it's 1080p, you're getting full HD resolution. This is in effect ASUS's Retina display. It really is crisp and clear. Notice too, it's a 16 by 9 resolution, aspect ratio display. Good battery life. You can see here it's saying 12 days, almost fully charged. I was able to get 5 or 6 hours of use. Of course, it'll depend on how you use it. As with most notebooks today, this is not a Microsoft Signature PC, so it does have other stuff installed on it. But you could take it off. It's not particularly cluttered up. And the thing that really stands out on this is the screen. The thing that's a little disappointing on this is, even though it says on here audio by Bang & Olufsen Ice Power, and B&O is a very well-known high-end stereo design firm, the audio on this is very tinny. It basically sounds like an AM radio, and that means you're not going to really want to watch movies on this without adding a good pair of headphones or speakers to it. Great screen, great video. It sounds like an AM radio when it comes to the audio. Pros on this, well, the #1 pro, and really the thing that distinguishes it from everything, and by the way, it's kind of a mediocre camera built in, microphone, all of that kind of stuff. How do I stop Carly Rae Jepsen? Please, please, stop. There we go. Press the pause button on my Spotify. The pros, absolutely the screen. 1920 by 1080p, it is gorgeous. And this IPS technology really gives you great color, great reproduction. It has a built-in Intel graphics, so it's not the fastest graphics, but really this is an Ultrabook. You shouldn't expect it to be the top-of-the-line gaming machine. Very nice, thin profile, SD card slot. It's got 2 USB 3 ports. I do like the fact that it comes with an HDMI, a micro HDMI connector, as well as a DisplayPort connector. The power charger is fairly small, not a big brick, just plugs into the wall. Again, very much like the Apple-inspired design. One thing that they do that Apple doesn't do, though this doesn't have an Ethernet port, but it comes standard with a USB to Ethernet connector, as well as a DisplayPort to VGA adapter. That's part of the standard price. Price is high. That's the con for a Windows machine. $1,100 for the i5 version and $1,499 for the i7 version. So if you want a lot of power, you're actually going to pay a slight premium over the MacBook Air on this. Great design, though, solid feel. The keyboard's great. None of the flexing or the rattling that Ayaz noted with the Lenovo IdeaPad. This is clearly ASUS's top-of-the-line Ultrabook. I love the polished metal finish. It does pick up fingerprints a little bit, but, you know, you just wipe it off with a cloth. This is the ASUS Zenbook Prime, and absolutely, if you're looking for a Windows 7 machine that will run Windows 8 just fine, it's a definite buy. I really like this. I'd be happy to carry this under my arm